各位英國大紀元嘅觀眾，歡迎收睇呢一節嘅直播節目。我哋而家係喺倫敦東邊 Cambridge Heath 附近嘅一個 IPAC Studios 裏面。今日呢度咧係會有一個紀念612 3週年嘅一個展覽。呢個展覽咧係為期2日嘅，由今日6月11號開始咧，去到聽日6月12號都係會有展出。呢個展覽嘅主辦團體係喺英國嘅香港人團體流亡手足同埋藝術工作者組成嘅。主辦單位咧係有港援啦、港溝場攬炒團隊同埋獨立藝術抗爭者。我哋而家喺呢個展覽當中咧，係會見到有同一個反送中唔同時期有關嘅一啲嘅相片同埋畫作。而呢個展覽咧係啱啱今日12點正已經開始咗㗎啦。咁一陣間咧喺1點鐘嘅時候係會有一個開幕儀式，會請嚟3位嘅特別嘉賓去到致辭嘅。包括有呢個香港監察創辦人兼行政總監羅傑斯、亞洲民主網絡秘書長，亦都係印尼民主運動嘅領袖 Ichal Supriadi， 同埋對華政策跨國議會聯盟嘅培倫德，佢亦都係英國保守黨嘅人權委員會委員。培倫德嚟自嘅對華政策跨國議會聯盟 IPAC 係由20個國家同歐洲議會超過200個各國嘅跨黨派國會議員組成嘅。今日嘅呢個展覽入邊呢，係有超過10個藝術家、近100幅文宣啦、書法啦，同埋唔同嘅藝術作品咧，去到展出嘅。其中有一啲咧係當年喺香港反送中期間喺抗爭現場展示過嘅實物。參展嘅藝術家咧，佢哋除咗喺香港之外咧，其實亦都喺世界唔同嘅地方嘅，例如日本、英國呢啲咁嘅地方。主辦單位話咧，希望可以藉住今次嘅展覽咧，將2019年以嚟嘅點滴再次呈現，俾翻香港人睇，亦都係希望俾本地人更加了解同關注香港。主辦單位話咧，希望呢一個展覽咧，亦都喺將來喺唔同嘅地方可以亦都係舉辦嘅。呢個展覽入邊咧，有其中有一幅大型嘅畫作咧，主辦方話咧係由當年喺銅鑼灣抗爭現場嗰度拆落嚟嘅，所以咧大家會見到咧呢幅畫作上邊咧係有啲巢咗嘅地方。佢當年拆咗落嚟之後咧，幾經輾轉咧就運咗過嚟英國。咁呢個展覽咧，其實除咗呢個畫展同埋相展之外咧，亦都係有唔同嘅藝術形式嘅表達啦，例如係影片啦，亦都係有雕像啦。我哋而家係喺呢個展覽嘅現場嘅環境嗰度咧，係帶大家睇下有咩唔同嘅嘢。喺呢個展覽嘅入口處呢度咧，係展示咗唔同嘅當年香港反送中嘅文宣。呢啲卡咧，相信香港嘅讀者都會好熟悉㗎啦。當年咧，呢啲卡咧就係由唔同嘅人啦去到製作，有啲咧就係擺喺黃店入邊咧，去到派發俾唔同嘅市民嘅。咁而策展今次展覽嘅團隊咧，就將 當中嘅部分咧運咗過嚟英國，而呢一啲卡嘅內容咧，相信亦都係隨住國安法實施咧，變成一個非常敏感嘅一啲內容。我哋而家去緊嘅一個展廳，展出咗呢個光復香港時代革命嘅一個雕像，亦都係有唔同嘅文宣，例如大台喺呢邊啊。各位英國界紀元嘅觀眾，歡迎翻返嚟今次嘅直播。非常抱歉，頭先因為技術嘅問題咧，係個直播係曾經一度中斷過嘅。我哋而家咧即將咧係去到準備咧去到影呢個從磚陣到世界香港人的覺醒和改變展覽嘅開幕儀式。講翻呢個展覽咧，就係6·1·23週年嘅紀念活動之一嚟嘅，係由喺英國嘅香港人、流亡手足同埋藝術工作者去到一齊主辦，亦都係得到咧英國呢度唔同嘅團體啦，亦都係包括港人團體嘅支持嘅。呢個從磚陣到世界香港人的覺醒和改變展覽咧，入邊係展出咗過百項嘅唔同嘅關於反送中嘅文宣啦、相片啦、畫作啦、影片啦等等，係嚟自超過10位唔同藝術家嘅創作嚟嘅。而家咧，我哋見到香港監察嘅創辦人羅傑斯咧，已經到場，佢一陣間係會有演講嘅。一陣間典禮致辭嘅嘉賓咧，根據大會嘅資料咧係有3位嘅，包括而家喺畫面左手邊嘅羅傑斯啦，佢係香港監察嘅創辦人兼行政總監，亦都係有亞洲民主網絡嘅秘書長 Ichal Supriadi， 亦都係有對華政策跨國議會聯盟嘅培倫德。而家大會即將開始，我哋嚟睇下呢個從磚陣到世界香港人的覺醒和改變嘅展覽嘅開幕。
Hello everyone. Today is our opening ceremony for the upcoming, actually this exhibition, not upcoming. Well, we got a June 12th exhibition on Hong Kong in London. We hope that this will be the first stop in the UK maybe or around the globe regarding the June 12th exhibition. In this exhibition, we are going to have different mediums to display the what's happened in Hong Kong. For example, we use photo, video, artwork and installation art to talk about the story of Hong Kong. It is very important to remember what's happened in Hong Kong. We try to reveal the truth to the general public, not just Hong Kongers, but also to the local British. That's why we have chosen Bethnal Green as our venue. So we hope that after today's exhibition, you will be reminded what's happened in Hong Kong, and perhaps we could help tell the story of Hong Kong to many people. And to me, I would say that one of the as essential elements to so-called to free Hong Kong is that we have to preserve our identity. And to preserve our identity, we have to preserve our history, our culture, and our language. So regarding this purpose, this exhibition actually is helping us to preserve our history and to preserve our identity. So that's why this exhibition is very important. And I hope that this exhibition could be some kind of breakthrough in terms of our Hong Kongers events, because for the past years, we have tried many different kinds of events. For example, it may be rallies, marches, global newspaper advertisement campaign, but we should try something new. So that's why we are here today. So right now, and then I will try to speak a few words in Cantonese. 首先好多謝大家係嚟呢一個嘅展覽啦。咁呢個展覽就係由唔同嘅人去幫手去搞出嚟嘅。咁我係其中一個主辦之一，而冇其他嘅人去努力去搞一場展覽，其實係冇可能成功嘅。咁首先我想係講有啲咩人係參與咗呢一個展覽啦。首先我哋有港門，我哋有 Catherine， 我哋有 Arkisan， 呢幾個就係主要去舉辦呢一個展覽嘅組織或者單位。咁其實正如頭先用英文所講啦，我覺得係廣闊香港係需要去保存我哋嘅身份認同嘅。點樣保存我哋身份認同？其實就係需要去保存我哋嘅歷史，保存我哋嘅文化，保存我哋嘅語言。語言方面，我哋會用其他嘅方式去保存，但係歷史嘅話，我哋會盡我哋最大嘅所能，我哋去用唔同嘅媒介，包括呢個相啊、片啊，或者裝置藝術，去提醒翻大家乜嘢係發生過，乜嘢係真實嘅。發生喺香港嘅事情，然後文化都一樣。今次其實我覺得係一個混雜咗 history 同埋 culture 嘅一個活動，所以希望大家可以 enjoy 呢樣嘢。而成個展覽嚟講咧，我哋係有唔同嘅部分嘅。我哋有時間線啦，我哋有 UK and Hong Kong 同埋有一個街頭抗爭。呢一個就係我哋今次一個展覽嘅三大主軸。And let me recap a little bit in English. So today we got three components or sub-themes regarding this exhibition. The first one is the street protest. The second one is UK and Hong Kong. And then the third one is a timeline regarding what's happened in Hong Kong between 2019 and 2020. So I hope that after looking at different exhibits, then you could get more understanding on the Hong Kong movement, and perhaps you could help to tell the story to many different people. Thank you. So right now, we will have others guest speakers. The first one will be the CEO of Hong Kong Watch, Benedict Rogers.
Thank you. Well, it's a really great privilege to be invited to speak at the opening of this really important exhibition. I just had the opportunity to have a tour of the exhibition to see the really moving and amazing and creative and powerful exhibits. And I want to start by congratulating everybody who's been involved in organizing this. Finn and Catherine, Hong Kong Liberty Team, Hong Kong Aid, and everybody else, and of course the photographers, filmmakers and artists who've contributed to it. It's really very powerful, and if you haven't yet been inside, when the ceremony is over, I strongly urge everybody to do so. This month is a very important month of anniversaries for Hong Kong, none of which are any cause for celebration, indeed all of which are moments for mourning, for reflection, but also moments to redouble our efforts for the struggle for Hong Kong and to shine a light on the situation in Hong Kong, to remind the world of what is happening. And that's why it's so important to mark all these anniversaries. Last Saturday, we had the anniversary of the Tiananmen Square massacre. On the 1st of July, we have the 25th anniversary of the handover. And of course, this weekend, we're remembering the 12th of June and the protest movement 3 years ago. Both the inspiring courage of Hong Kong people taking part in those protests, the fact that on one day 1 million people took to the street, and the following week 2 million people took to the street, and the fact that Hong Kong people did succeed in stopping the extradition bill. But of course, as we all know, the situation since then has deteriorated so horrifically, particularly under the draconian national security law. And so remembering the 12th of June, remembering both the inspiring example of Hong Kong people, but also the shocking, horrific police brutality and all the repression that has followed is so important. And it's a moment not only to look back, to remember, to redouble our efforts, to draw fresh inspiration from the courage of the people who protested 3 years ago, but it's also a moment to, as I said a moment ago, to raise awareness here. And so I really hope that many people over the next 2 days will come to this exhibition. Hong Kongers and friends of Hong Kong to come, even though we're all familiar with the issues, to come to be reminded, to remember those who gave their lives in the protests, to remember those who were imprisoned and many of whom are still imprisoned. I hope many of us will come. But I also hope many people who may not yet be familiar with Hong Kong's story will come. And I know that the organizers have been working really hard in the local area to publicize this exhibition. And I really hope many people, both from around this area and from further afield, will take the time to come over the next 2 days. So once again, I congratulate the organizers. This weekend, there are many things going on. I'm sure that I will see many of you at some of the other events, particularly in Parliament Square tomorrow. But for now, I hope that you take the time to, I think enjoy is the wrong word, but to appreciate this exhibition and to go out and tell others and encourage others to come over the next 2 days. And I just end, I couldn't come here today without wearing this T-shirt. And I end with these words. Guang Fu Kong Gong. Guang Fu Kong Gong. Guang Fu Kong Gong. Gayala.
Then our next speaker will be one of our organizers from Hong Kong Aid.
Good afternoon, everybody. This is Tom. I'm from Hong Kong A. Thank you for all of you to be standing here and enjoy our exhibition. Hong Kong A is formed by a group of asylum seekers. We would like to provide support to the people who need help in mental health or in some emergency accommodation. Hong Kong A has been organized many rally and some protests before. It's our first time to organize an exhibition. To be honest, we don't have many experience. We're just thinking what we can do when we are coming when we are here in the UK, what we can do for Hong Kong. We understand that the situation in Hong Kong. Testing. Sorry. We understand that the situation in Hong Kong is becoming worse, and it's heavy. We have not too much space to make some happy events in this state. But I think we can do as much as we can do. So we organize an exhibition here, and to let more people to know the history, to know the situation of Hong Kong, and also we would like to let more local people to know what Hong Kong people are thinking. I think we should unite all Hong Kong people, and also we should connect with other people. I mean, maybe Tibetans, Uyghurs, and Ukrainian. That's why we organize some joint winery with them. So I think even we don't have any, we don't find any good solution to help Hong Kong, but we should to think what we can do, and we could try our best. 跟住我想講少少係關廣東話，因為我英文實在有時唔係太好。咁我想講嘅其實就係我哋香港 A 今次去搞呢一個活動，有時都會受到唔同嘅意見。而咁大家呢段時間都有留意到喺唔同形式嘅活動入邊咧，都有唔同人有唔同嘅諗法，亦都甚至有人覺得呢啲時候應該搞啲咩活動好，有啲咩活動唔好咁樣樣。咁但係我哋香港 A 嘅睇法係覺得，有唔同人去搞唔同嘅活動，可能係有佢哋嘅初心，有佢哋嘅理念。咁我哋喺呢個過程中，反而係應該多啲諗下，其實喺香港人嚟到呢一度已經唔係香港，咁可以做到啲乜嘢嘢？反而唔同嘅形式反而係其次，最重要係到底我哋嗰個理念能唔能夠帶到有效地俾多啲人知道，而唔係因為有時我哋表達得唔好而產生到一啲嘅誤會。咁好似我哋以前我哋香港 A 我哋有搞一啲嘅集會，有啲遊行。咁我哋聽日都會有集會，我哋聽日3點鐘喺 Parliament Square 都會有集會，希望到時都會見到大家。咁但係今日我哋喺呢個嘅展覽入邊，都希望大家個心情雖然會沉重嘅，陣間入去裏面睇到一啲嘅相啊片啊，頭先有啲朋友都話即刻有啲回憶出到嚟。咁呢個係我哋想有嘅效果。但係我哋希望大家喺沉重之餘，唔需要經常懷憂喪志，而係我哋喺抱住一個心情咁去諗下，到底我哋可以發揮啲咩力量。香港係而家嘅情況，如果大家留意知道，其實係越嚟越差。但係我哋其實有好多嘢可以做。香港嘅人其實都等緊我哋外邊嘅支援，佢哋都好努力喺裏邊喺香港去繼續堅持。咁我希望大家可能睇完會覺得沉重。但係我哋亦都唔需要太過於懷憂喪志，我哋應該反而係轉化咗一個力量去到諗有啲咩可以做，同埋去行每一步出嚟。我覺得我欣賞就係我哋香港人喺呢幾年裏面開始一個冇大台嘅運動，每一個人都可以做到想做嘅嘢。有啲嘢唔一定係淨係一啲組織或者一啲嘅所謂出咗名嘅人物去做，而係任何人其實都可以做自己想做嘅嘢。咁尤其是呢段時間，我知多咗唔同嘅地區嘅組織啦，唔同有啲義工嘅 group 啦，咁我都覺得希望呢一啲嘅嘢可以呢一啲嘅事情，可能大家慢慢再發展，越嚟越做得更加多。係，多謝大家 ，thank you。
Okay, next speaker will be Luc de Beaufort from Arise and IPAC.
Hi. Thank you very much, Finn. Thank you to Catherine. Thank you to all of the organisers for the privilege of being able to speak to you. Listen, guys, I'm a bit nervous, honestly, because it's quite awkward as an outsider to your movement to come and stand in front of a group of people who have been through what you're going through and talk to you about what you should do. So I'm not going to try to do that. It's against that background that I think it's quite remarkable what these guys have done, because they've organised something to try to preserve not only just the continuation of your culture, but the commemoration of everything that happened in Hong Kong. And they're doing that in the midst of, I think, great trauma, ongoing trauma, both back at home and the difficulty of uprooting to another place. I think they should be commended in that. Anyway, so I don't really know what to say. And I was asking a Hong Kong friend, what shall I say? And they said, Just learn one of Junior's host TikTok videos and do the dance. So I tried, but it was actually quite difficult, so I'm not going to do that. Look, I want to offer a few words of encouragement. There is a lot that has been done, I think, by this group of people here, by the wider group of Hong Kongers, by the Hong Kongese diaspora around the world, and by some of us outsiders who've tried to assist. A lot has been done, but a lot more needs to be done. There are at least three huge areas where we haven't done enough. One area we have not done enough is in welcoming Hong Kongers to the UK. Some effort has been made. Much more needs to be done to assist with integration, to understand what it is that you're going through. And I know that I speak on behalf of all of the organizations here when I say that we're going to continue doing what we can, and you should also try to find a way of representing what you need to those groups and to the government and to various other people who seek to try to represent your interests. So that's one thing. That welcome needs to improve. Here's another thing, and here's what really annoys me. Still nothing has been done to hold the People's Republic of China to account for the destruction of the Sino-British Joint Declaration. Nothing, not a thing. Nothing has been done. And we cannot and must not stop until it is. And that means targeted sanctions, of course, but it means much more than that. Can't just continue like nothing has happened. An international treaty has been torn up. So, another pledge, but a pledge not just on behalf of myself and those externals who are trying to help. I think a pledge that the whole community should try to enter into. We will not stop, we must not stop until China is held to account for what they have done to the Joint Declaration. Finally, I would just like to offer a word of encouragement to those Hong Kongers who are here now. You have rights in the UK. Take ownership of them. Find ways of getting your own representation in this country. Do not feel that you are here on borrowed time. You have the right to be here. You have the right to take ownership of those entitlements that are yours. Don't be backward about being forward, about grabbing those rights and exercising them. I'm really privileged to be here. I'm looking forward to seeing the exhibition. Wonderful to be with friends. Thank you very much.
Actually, we got another guest, but because he is in Indonesia, he cannot fly to London to support us. However, we got a statement from him, so I will read it for him. So he is the chairperson of Asia Democracy Network, which is one of the main sponsors and organizer of this exhibition. So I will read it out. So distinguished guests, it is an honor for me to experience the opening of this significant June 12th London exhibition on Hong Kong with you all, and I'm truly sorry I couldn't be there in person. My name is Ichal Supriadi, Secretary General of the Asia Democracy Network. The ADN is a regional network of democracy advocates that ranges from civil society organizations, academia, government, and to all people involved in organic movements like the Hong Kong movement. Asian Democrats felt the need to create an advocacy network which will become a space where we can exchange knowledge, experiences to preserve and sustain the wins in our democracy movement, as well as a space to bond together in solidarity to respond to democracy crisis. ADN was created when the region was seeing progress in democracy, and our work mostly entailed maintaining fora of discussion and exchange to sustain our gains. However, currently, ADN convenes more time than not to respond to threats to democracy and to form solidarity in the region to push back the regression. 3 years ago today, when the region witnessed the regress of freedoms in Hong Kong, it was a rude awakening that maybe we underestimated the gains we made in democracy. We underestimate the fragility of democracy. The democracy movement doesn't end when we make the gains. We must then work harder to protect it and defend it. To protect democracy, it was vital that society invest in democracy education and strengthening democratic institutions. authoritarians and dictators are not the only threats to democracy in current times. Brute force was once the biggest threat, but no longer. Rather, in addition, we also need to fight against the information machine, the manipulation of public perception, and the alternating of truth through mis- and disinformation. Through this commemoration of the June 12 Hong Kong movement, we are reminded that we must more than ever work together to defend democracy. Through this exhibition series, we hope to launch in different cities across the world. We aim to share the story of the Hong Kong movement that continues today, and through the movement, the value of democracy and human rights. I again thank you for joining the two-day event. ADN truly thanks our partners, including Hong Kong Liberty, Hong Kong Aid, Atkinson, Catherine, and many others for working with us on this venture. In solidarity and power to all those in the fight to defend democracy and human rights. 光復香港，時代革命。And now we will have the final speaker, Catherine Lee.
Okay, this is really cool. Okay. Hi. So I'm very honored to be able to speak here. Welcome to our exhibition. And I would like to introduce very quickly, as I'm the last speaker, I would like to introduce very quickly to what's in our exhibition today. So basically we have 3 rooms and a gallery out there, which I'll start from the gallery because there is this bit that you will walk past the street when you come in, and you can see there will be 2 mannequins wearing, one is one of them is the female protester outfit, which testing. Okay, so one of which was female protester outfit, which I myself as an artist wore it. It's the only version, so don't ask me where you can buy it. So there is this female protester outfit that I wore it on a runway show before, and it was inspired by some local artists' drawing during the movement. And then there was also our bricks, our installation art with bricks, which is like a mini Stonehenge style, which was also a kind of commemoration from what's happened in the movement, where people created roadblock, which was also why we created this, one of the themes of our exhibition today. And then besides the mannequins, and then you walk past it, and then you'll come here, and when you go in later, and you'll see 3 rooms, and the first room is where we have a 7 feet tall Lady Liberty Hong Kong statue, where it has been going around the world, and we have the biggest pleasure and honor to have it hosted today in our room, in our exhibition. And then in that room, you'll also find a lot of informative information, because our aim of this exhibition, as both Tom and Finn just mentioned, is not only to commemorate the movement as Hong Kongers together, but we wanted to bridge the knowledge gap of local British, to let them know why we, as a growing Hong Kong community, is settling here in the UK. And that's why there is a lot of information on relationships between UK and Hong Kong, and the current affairs about Ukraine and Russia, and how is it relevant to you and all of us. There are also some video clips on the tablets in the room where you can see some street protest footage. And then we can also see why there is the birth of modern Hong Kong, and what is BNO, what is BNO visa, why are people here. And so that is the room where you will find most knowledge if you want to bring your foreign friends. And if you are not familiar with Hong Kong, you should totally go there and see it. And then the second room, you will see that there are a lot of photos and artwork produced by our very own local artists from Hong Kong, where all the works are generated from the movement itself, during the movement, where they captured a lot of sceneries or scenarios that we all cannot forget easily, and there was a lot of pain. So beware when you go into the rooms. And the third room is the projection room, where you will see a video that was edited and filmed by our very own Hong Kongese film director. And also, please mind you, if you go up and see, it's a video of 9 minutes long, and it will start from basically the 1997 handover and the last speech of our beloved last governor, Lord Chris Patten, and then go until the street protest scenes in Hong Kong. So this is pretty much it. And then there's also two booths. One is two booths where you can see books on Hong Kong, and also some artwork postcards by one of our artists, Artisan. So I hope you enjoy the exhibition, and I would also like to take this opportunity to thank Apuri Studios, who supported us a lot throughout this exhibition, and also of course our donors, which without our donors this cannot happen. And I really like how they have been supporting us with because without them we cannot pick this location where we could, I think it's a very artistic neighborhood, and connect with the locals. It's not only an event for Hong Kongers to come together and just talk in Cantonese, but everything is bilingual, and then we can allow the UK community locals to understand what's going on and what has happened in the past. So I would not repeat too much in Cantonese, but just a few words, because most of what I wanted to say has already been expressed by Hong Kong Aid and Fin. So I'll now say a few words in Cantonese. 咁呢個展覽咧，其實即係冇咁多嘅義工同埋冇咁多嘅場地支持同埋我哋嘅捐助人咧，其實都唔會成事啦。咁都籌備咗一段時間，咁就希望大家都可以用心去欣賞今次嘅展覽啦。然後記得睇晒每一個展覽廳啦，就由 gallery 出面嘅 gallery 開始，跟住到入嚟有3間房嘅。咁就希望大家用心去睇，然後都一齊支持每一個香港人去做嘅活動啦，即係喺今個611、612嘅 weekend 其實都有好多活動啦。咁大家都要盡量知道我哋其實都冇本錢再去分化，所以要團結。咁然後就盡量 spread the word 去話俾大家知，呢度有個 exhibition 有個展覽喺 Bethnal Green， 咁就可以俾大家過嚟睇。然後你唔識中文嘅朋友啊，即係講英文嘅人啊，都可以一齊嚟參與呢個展覽，去了解更多關於香港呢場我哋經歷咗嘅嘢，同埋關於點解咁多香港人嚟咗英國。Thank you。
其實想講幾句中文其實頭先英文講我哋有啲咩展品㗎啦，咁我就係想純粹提一提大家。其實我哋2樓係有一個 video 嘅 installation 嘅，咁可能好多人會 miss 咗，唔小心 miss 咗，咁大家上去睇睇啦。咁另外我哋出面嗰度咧，其實係有個 gallery 嘅 gallery 嗰度，我哋有唔同嘅裝置藝術，亦都有之前係參加比賽嘅時候着嘅一啲方啦。咁希望大家都可以睇到嗰拍。純粹想補充咁其實就係我熱鬧 open 咁希望步去慢慢去呢個展，多謝。 the end of our opening ceremony. Thank you all.
希望觀眾係從香港學習希望成為幫都還他國嘅，亦都係英國實業嘅人。配合嘅通話當中咧，我發現到要7點去做啊，同埋咧係準備咧歡迎英國啦。亦都係咧，中共咧中英聯合國際亦都係咧嚟到英國嘅香港人咧，其實佢哋係有權利嘅，希望佢哋咧有嘅代與呢咧就係呢個演變嘅其中一呢咧，其實係喺2019年反送嗰陣時，喺網上出現過好多唔嘅，跟住呢啲嘅重新嚟喺倫敦呢一個展覽。啱啱入嚟咧，睇開英國大紀元。
It's okay. How about the content? We will start. Okay. Let's start.
各位英國大紀元嘅觀眾，歡迎收睇呢一節嘅直播。首先咧要講聲唔好意思先，因為咧頭先係因為啲技術嘅問題咧，直播係中斷過嘅。我哋而家係喺一個紀念612-3週年展覽嘅現場。呢個展覽嘅主題咧係從磚陣到世界，香港人的覺醒和改變。呢個展覽咧係喺倫敦東部，鄰近咧 Cambridge 一個 Overground 嘅鐵路站附近咧嘅一個叫做 IPAC Studios 入邊舉行嘅。呢個展覽入邊咧係有10幾個藝術家。佢哋用唔同嘅形式，包括相片、畫作、雕塑、書法等等嘅藝術形式，去到展現咧2019年反送中運動嘅面貌嘅。呢個展覽咧，除咗我哋而家睇到嘅畫作、相片之外咧，亦都係有唔同嘅影片。今次參展嘅藝術家同埋攝影師咧，係嚟自香港、日本、英國等等嘅地方。咁主辦單位咧就希望可以咧，藉住呢一次嘅展覽，重現翻2019年以嚟嘅點滴，等香港人咧可以重拾初衷，亦都可以俾英國呢度本地嘅人咧更加了解同關注香港嘅。頭先主辦單位亦都係提過啦，希望係藉住今次嘅展覽咧，去到保存歷史文化。咁相信咧，2019年嘅反送中運動都係香港歷史上邊好重要嘅一頁。呢個展覽咧係喺今日嘅12點鐘正式開始，一連2日舉行。即係由今日6月11號舉行到去聽日6月12號，係紀念香港612-3週年嘅展覽。我哋而家咧係見到香港監察嘅創辦人羅傑斯，亦都係有英國保守黨人權委員會嘅委員佩倫德，佢亦都係對華政策跨國議會聯盟嘅成員。 佢哋今日嚟亦都係嚟到呢度現場。頭先咧喺開幕儀式上邊都發表過演講嘅。其中咧，貝倫德提到，佢認為咧英國係要有更加多嘅措施去到準備歡迎香港人嚟到，亦都咧係提到中國係要對中英聯合聲明違反中英聯合聲明去負上責任。佢亦都係提到喺英國嘅香港人係有佢哋嘅權利，希望咧佢哋可以為咗爭取佢哋嘅權利，同埋喺呢度嘅代表咧係去繼續努力嘅。我哋而家睇見嘅呢一個展覽咧，其實係主要係分開兩個展覽嘅場地嘅。除咗我哋頭先睇見喺一個studio 入邊嘅空間之外咧，其實係喺呢個街上邊咧，佢哋有另外一個畫廊嘅地方。呢個畫廊嘅地方咧，係主要展出一啲嘅藝術嘅裝置展覽品。而應翻呢個展覽嘅主題啦，從磚陣到世界，香港人的覺醒和改變。呢個嘅展覽入邊咧，其實係有一啲抗爭嘅象徵啦，例如係黃色遮啦，一啲嘅文宣啦，仲有一啲嘅抗爭嘅一啲嘅衣着。更加重要嘅咧，其實就係呢個展覽嘅其中一個主題，就係呢個磚陣。呢個磚陣咧係喺2019年嘅時候，香港嘅抗爭者咧係用嚟砌喺路上邊，旨在咧去到阻擋唔同政府警方嘅車輛去到喺呢個馬路上邊前進嘅。佢哋亦都係發明咗用一種係砌咗一道門咁樣嘅形式，去到砌呢啲磚，令到咧更加有效咁樣可以阻止到裝甲車又或者其他警車喺路上邊嘅前進嘅。呢一個畫廊嘅範圍咧，只係呢個展覽嘅其中一部分。呢一個展覽其實係分開有兩個主要嘅場地嘅，除咗我哋頭先睇過嘅畫廊之外咧，亦都係有係一個 studio 入邊嘅空間。各位觀眾，我哋而家係喺一個紀念612周年展覽嘅現場。我哋咧見到呢個展覽入邊咧，除咗唔同藝術品嘅展出之外咧，其實亦都係有唔同嘅文宣。呢一啲嘅卡咧，相信大家如果有幫襯過黃店嘅話咧，就非常之熟悉嘅。呢啲卡咧係主辦單位喺香港嗰度運過嚟嘅，運過嚟英國。呢啲嘅內容咧喺而家嘅香港咧就顯得比較敏感啦，但係咧佢都係曾經一度出現過喺香港嘅關於反送中抗爭嘅一啲文宣，佢亦都係曾經體現咗咧香港係有表達上邊相對自由嘅一段時間。喺2020年國安法立法之後咧，呢一啲嘅文宣可能亦都會有唔同嘅風險去到展示啦。咁所以咧，有其中一部分嘅呢啲文宣咧，就運咗過嚟英國。 咁現場咧，我哋亦都係見到有唔同嘅明信片啦、畫作啦，去到售賣啦。喺嗰邊咧，我哋亦都係睇見有一個書攤，呢啲書攤上邊賣嘅書咧，其實就係關於反送中運動，而呢一啲嘅書咧，亦都係喺國安法立法之後顯得比較敏感。而呢一個嘅書展咧，亦都係俾大家咧可以喺現場購買呢啲書嘅。咁我哋見到咧，呢啲書咧，關於反送中主題嘅書，喺香港出現咧，亦都係有一定嘅風險。日前咧，警方方面咧都係講過啦，就最好唔好睇《時代革命》呢一套嘅反送中紀錄片。呢個展覽入邊咧，除咗一啲嘅畫作啦、相片之外咧，其實佢哋都有啲係想俾本地人了解多啲嘅反送中運動嘅一啲元素嘅，例如一啲比較有詳盡資料嘅展板，亦都係吸引咗一啲外國人嚟到去駐足去睇嘅。呢啲展板交代咗更加多關於中國、英國、香港關係嘅一啲嘅背景啦。而主辦單位咧，同藝術家亦都係以一種比較特別嘅形式去到表達香港人喺2019年開始嘅反送中嘅日程，佢哋係用咗一個二維條碼嘅形式去到表達喺2019年6月9號開始100萬人大遊行開始之後，喺唔同階段嘅抗爭嘅場面。展覽嘅現場咧，其中一個矚目嘅地方咧，就係有一個7尺高嘅香港民主女神像。呢個香港民主女神像咧，佢嘅基座底下咧係擺咗磚陣，而呢一個嘅民主女神像咧，而家喺呢一度展出咧，都係有一個光復香港時代革命嘅旗幟。根據主辦單位嘅透露咧，呢一個7尺高嘅民主女神像其實係有2尊嘅，佢哋都係拍攝一套藝術紀錄片入邊嘅道具。另外一尊咧就已經打爛咗，但係咧佢哋期望呢一尊嘅民主女神像能夠喺嚟緊唔同嘅日子繼續喺世界各地巡迴去到展出。而主辦單位亦都係提到咧，希望今日嘅呢一個展覽咧係可以喺世界各地唔同嘅地方去到繼續展出嘅。喺呢個展覽場地入邊咧，其實就係分為2層嘅。呢個展覽咧喺2樓嘅一個空間咧，係一個放映一套反送中紀錄片嘅地方。 我哋而家咧就睇見有唔同嘅人去觀看呢套嘅反送中嘅紀錄片。如果咧大家係有興趣嚟到去參觀呢個展覽嘅話咧，今明兩日係可以嚟到呢個鄰近 Cambridge Haven 嘅 Pulford 嘅鐵路站附近嘅 IPAC Studio。呢個展覽嘅主題係從磚陣到世界，香港人的覺醒和改變。係我哋而家咧喺呢個嘅展覽現場咧，就見到嚟到參觀嘅人咧都係唔少嘅。我哋亦都見到咧，除咗香港人之外咧，亦都係有好多本地嘅人士咧嚟到呢個展覽嗰度參觀。我哋而家咧喺展覽嘅現場咧揾到陳同學去到訪問。喺出邊有啲貼紙咯。係我哋而家喺展覽嘅現場咧揾到陳同學訪問。陳同學係嚟自香港嘅。當然係我哋揾到陳同學訪問，咁佢咧今日係同幾位朋友咧一齊嚟到睇呢個展覽嘅。我想問下啦，陳同學，你今日對呢個展覽有咩感受？
我覺得十分之好嘅，我覺得好開放啦呢個展覽，你都可以有足夠嘅歷史去俾人認識啦，中英文俾人認識香港嘅歷史同埋以往所有嘅大部分啦，我唔敢講所有嘅一啲嘅文宣啦，我哋叫做就係宣傳單張，咁令人可以提醒翻嗰時經歷香港經歷咗啲乜嘢。
今日你點解會嚟到呢一度睇展覽？
今日嚟到就係我主要其實都係想睇下嗰時提醒翻自己嗰時經歷咗啲乜嘢啦，都要堅持翻。另外仲有就係即使嚟到身在異鄉，都唔好忘記當初點解嚟嘅原因，點解會嚟到呢度嘅原因。
你覺得咧呢一類嘅展覽咧，對於香港嘅成個抗爭運動嚟講咧，又或者對於你個人嚟講咧，其實係嗰個作用咧，有啲意義喺邊度嚟？
我認為誠實咁講，我認為冇乜作用，但係我覺得意義就當然有存在喺度。我真係希望每一個人啊， 都唔好忘記咗，到底當初有幾多人犧牲咗嚟到呢度，有幾多人甚至有人寫過遺書，有人亦都同屋企流離失所，同就算識嘅人都失去咗聯絡。我希望每個人記住呢一樣嘢咯。而你問到我作用嘅，我覺得只有留喺香港嘅人先會更加有真正嘅作用，去令到改革成個政制、改革成個環境同情況，同埋文化都要自己保守。所以我覺得好現實咁講句，就係呢一個展覽帶嚟嘅作用係唔大，同只不過係俾人一種希望。我會認為
嗰種希望係在於邊度咧？
嗰種希望係在於每個人對自己屋企啦，佢嗰個重光嗰個嘅期望咯。我覺得係嚟自於咁我諗到仲有仍然係好多人會活而家呢一刻，仲會活咗喺過去，仍然係好唔開心。但係我都希望向前望，做得幾多，呢個感受。
咁你今日睇完呢個展覽啦，即係你有冇話一啲最深印象嘅一啲展品係啲乜嘢嘢？
最深印象嘅展品，我覺得係隔離個女神像，係好多人對自由啦，好多人對政府嘅仇恨咧嘅一啲寄託嚟嘅。我覺得係有人為咗佢去犧牲所有嘢，而我覺得除咗呢樣之外，其他只不過係一啲提醒嘅作用，而佢係真係一個存在嘅寄託。我覺得係一個
好多謝晒你，陳同學。係，我哋頭先咧係同喺現場訪問嘅現場睇展覽嘅陳同學，中學生陳同學，去到傾偈嘅。佢就分享咧，其實覺得可能呢個展覽咧實際作用咧就唔係話好大啦，但係咧都可以俾到一啲人嘅希望。我哋見到咧，今日喺展覽現場嘅人咧，都係真係唔少嘅。我哋見到咧，展覽現場咧係有香港監察嘅創辦人兼行政總監羅傑斯係參觀緊展覽。佢剛才咧亦都有喺開幕典禮上邊發言嘅。講返羅傑斯咧，其實佢係喺2020年香港國安法頒布以嚟咧，第一個咧係外界知道俾香港特區嘅國安警察警告去通緝嘅英國公民。 Sure. Yeah, I know. 好，我哋咧而家係請到香港監察嘅創辦人兼行政總監羅傑斯係同我哋傾幾句嘅。Mr. Rogers, what do you feel about this exhibition?
I think it's incredibly moving, very powerful, and a really important way of both commemorating the events of 2019, the protests, but also raising awareness and informing people in the UK who might not already be aware. So I think it's very well organised. It's very powerful.
And some of researchers think that it seems not useful that because of this exhibition, just a review, but it is not any practical way to aware the people. What do you think?
Sorry, could you just repeat the question? I didn't totally get the question.
Some of the researchers think that this exhibition is just a review, not a practical way to raise the awareness of the people in the UK. What do you think?
Oh, I think I disagree. I think it's a very practical way because, of course, you can talk to people, you can tell people what happened in Hong Kong, but I think having a visual exhibition really conveys what's happened, and the combination of photographs, paintings, monuments, and video footage. I think it's very practical because I think it conveys what happened very powerfully.
And what's the most impressive thing here you can share with us?
The most
impressive.
I think the video, the film being shown upstairs, about 9 minutes long, which starts with the handover ceremony 25 years ago, and then it includes footage of the events of 2019. I think that's very moving and impressive. But also some of the paintings are also very, very impressive.
Would you mind to share with us that what's the future works of Hong Kong Watch in the future?
Yes, I mean, we will be, of course, continuing to speak out for Hong Kong, to advocate not only in the UK, but also in Washington, D.C., Canada, the United Nations, and around the world. We have a number of events coming up. On the 1st of July, we will be holding an event to mark the 25th anniversary of the handover. And we will have Chris Patten, the last governor, speaking at that event and launching his new book. So that's coming up. On the 11th of July, we'll have an event on the dismantling of press freedom in Hong Kong. We've just launched a new report on the issue of American and Canadian companies that are investing in Chinese companies that are complicit with serious human rights violations. That was just launched in Canada last week, and we'll be doing an event in Washington, D.C. this week. So, yeah, we're doing a lot of work and continuing to do what we can to highlight the situation and to advocate for Hong Kong.
Okay, thank you.
Great.
Mr. Rogers.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
各位英國大紀元觀眾，我哋而家繼續係喺一個6.23週年嘅展覽嘅演出。呢個展覽係叫做《從磚陣到世界：香港人的覺醒和改變》。呢個展覽咧係1連2日舉行嘅，今日就啱啱開幕。 現場咧係展出咗嚟自10幾個藝術家創作。展覽現場係展出咗10幾個藝術家創作，大概100件嘅藝術品。我哋而家見到咧，就係一個書展嘅現場。呢度咧係售賣緊由香港運嚟英國，而家喺香港已經成為禁書嘅書籍。佢哋咧都係關於反送中運動嘅。我哋見到咧，銷情都係唔錯。係我哋咧，而家喺呢個展覽嘅現場咧，揾到吳小姐，佢係啱啱咧喺香港人書展入邊咧買咗幾本書嘅，介唔介意同我哋即係展示一下你今日買咗啲咩書咧？係。係點解你會揀呢啲書嚟買嘅咧？
我上面嗰啲展品實在太靚啦，但係唔可以擁有啦。咁我相信呢一度唔多唔少都有佢哋嘅啲嘢喺裏面，咁就可以做個紀念咯，係咯。係。
你都係嚟咗英國
1年
嘅香港人，係咁喺 BNO visa 嚟到呢度。
未搞過 visa， 啱啱申請咗啦。係啦，啱啱申請咗1個禮拜。
係。點解你會即係買啲書咧？其實對於你嚟講係有啲咩意義咧？
就係想希望用揀錢呢個方法，俾多啲人知道究竟發生咩事，同埋有好多呢啲喺香港已經係唔可以再展現到嘅嘢，希望可以喺第二個地方都可以俾多啲人知。
咁啊，其實主辦單位都話啦，而家今日喺呢個書展買嗰啲咧，其實都係喺香港嚟講被視為禁書嘅嘢嚟嘅。你對於呢一個嘅變化，你有啲咩感受咧？
我諗同大家都一樣啦，冇諗過喺咁短時間裏面可以變成咁樣，係好可惜嘅事，但係都要面對，同埋大家要 move on 咯，一定要係 move on，同埋唔好忘記。希望亦都有一日，大家都希望有一日，呢啲相係一個過去，我哋可以翻返以前。
你有冇話諗住即係呢啲書可能都會同親戚朋友去到分享？
會，我諗住開個 cafe，然之後最好擺晒所有呢啲書出嚟任睇。係。
即係你都初步有計劃開 cafe？
有嘅。
即係希望係咪都係想聚翻一班香港人？
都唔係淨係香港人嘅 anyone， 任何一個人，任何好似烏克蘭而家咁樣，都係一啲同樣嘅背景，但佢 suffer 嘅嘢仲多過我哋。咁所以我諗個理念唔係淨係香港人，係全世界。
係，好多謝你啊，吳小姐。
你幫我擺住呢啲先啊，upside down。佢有咩分別啊？我方便可以。你有冇？
係各位英國大紀元觀眾，我哋而家咧就請到呢個展覽嘅主辦人之一啦，Christine 嚟到去Catherine 咧嚟到去帶我哋咧去睇下呢個展覽入邊嘅一啲嘅展品啦，同埋咧一陣間咧都可能咧揾佢去到分享咧籌備呢個展覽嘅時候嘅一啲嘅細節嘅。
咁我係咪要帶你睇晒成個展覽？
係而家咧就由展覽嘅主辦人之一啦 ，Catherine 去到帶我哋咧去睇下呢個展覽咧。頭先係一個畫廊嘅部分。
係咁我咪要介紹。
可以即係睇下呢一度嘅展覽咧，其實係嗰個來源係喺邊度咧？係咪喺香港揾過你啊？
係。咁呢間房咧就係一間做 installation 嘅房啦，因為呢間房咧就係向街嘅，咁人流都幾多啦。咁所以當人流多嘅時候，你見到一啲櫥窗落地嘅櫥窗咧，咁出邊啲人就會截望入嚟。咁呢度其中一個展品咧就係其呢度咧就難啲影啦，但係嗰度有個葵芳女勇武嘅壁畫啦，就印咗出嚟。咁然後呢一個模特兒 figure 咧就係當時佢着住呢一件衫，就當時喺模特兒大賽嘅時候咧着住嘅衫。咁然後都係仿效翻葵芳女勇武嗰個壁畫係靈感來源嚟嘅。咁我就今次就揾咗個人頭像啦，咁佢就會一直企喺度吸引大家注意。咁呢間房仲有另外一啲黃遮啦，咁都係想帶翻出嗰個黃遮係我哋呢場運動嘅一啲好symbolic嘅 嘅物件啦、黃色啦，同埋遮係我哋遮陣做過好多防禦嘅工作嘅。咁然後呢度就有單張啦，俾啲人吸引到人。其實我見到吸引到幾多途人唔知咩事嘅英國人咁樣入嚟，都會睇呢度係咩事啊，咁然後就會行翻去嗰邊係我哋嘅主展覽廳。咁呢邊就係呢間 installation room 嘅另一部分啦。咁就有呢個洪州人嘅畫布啦，都係其他人仗義借出俾我哋嘅。咁跟住呢個就係我哋設計嘅專陣啦。咁係由我哋主辦單位嘅一啲義工啦，同埋一啲流亡手續所設計嘅專陣。咁因為要環保嘅關係啦，咁所以我哋都冇買太多嘅磚，因為我哋都唔可以喺街度執磚嚟到呢度英國。咁所以買咗少量嘅磚啦，去整翻呢個專陣。然後呢個就係我哋砌，即係用紙皮砌出嚟嘅，加翻啲紙。咁希望去呼應翻呢次嘅主題啦。因為專陣喺我哋以前香港嘅時候都係一個好重要 roadblock 嘅工具。咁就係我哋希望有呢種感覺，就係由香港嘅磚啦嚟到英國嘅磚啦，但係我哋嘅初心都冇變到啦。咁就係繼續要唔可以放棄，同埋即係唔可以放棄抗爭啦。要繼續將我哋香港人嘅身份同埋我哋追求嘅嘢去表達出去嘅。咁呢個就係另一隻人偶啦。咁呢個就係着住真係比較近勇武會出街示威嘅時候會着嘅衫。咁就係 black bloc， 簡單啲嚟講。呢度就係 installation。
係，我就見到呢度嘅展覽品咧，係咪都係喺依度即係去到創作，即係喺本地依度創作嘅？係，
全部嘢都係本地創作出嚟嘅，即係冇乜嘢係除咗呢啲咯。不過呢啲都唔係香港帶過嚟嘅，即係全部嘢都係喺本地由零開始咁樣做。
我哋就頭先喺嗰邊主展覽場地嗰邊咧，就睇見其實都聽講係有啲嘢係喺香港運過嚟嘅，包括可能係喺銅鑼灣現場嘅一幅好大嘅林朗創作嘅畫作啦，同埋係有一啲唔同喺香港運過嚟嘅書咁樣。可唔可以同我哋分享呢一啲嘅展品喺過程，即係運送嘅過程當中，其實你哋有冇遇過啲咩困難？
其實都有嘅，因為我哋首先我哋係完全冇經驗做展覽啦。咁我啦，包括即係主辦單位包括我啦，然後港門啦，甚至係攬炒巴啦。咁我哋全部都係雖然話我做開可能做藝術啲嘅嘢，但係因為我做表演藝術嘅，即係我都未試過完全策劃一個展覽，就算喺香港都冇試過嘅。咁所以其實好多物流上啊、計劃上啊，好多唔同嘅嘢都係花咗好多心機同埋功夫，然後都要鑽研好多嘅。咁所以就都難㗎。我諗個位就係要聯絡喺世界各地嘅畫家啦，或者係藝術家啦，咁然後去決定係點樣安排一啲運送嘅過程啊，同埋點樣去控制要啲咩 size 啊，邊啲嘢擺邊度啊。所以其實好多嘢我哋都係開咗無數個會，然後一齊傾出嚟。咁我覺得 so far 出到嚟個效果都開心嘅，但真係都好多辛酸啊，同好多困難喺背後。
有冇即係話擔心呢啲嘅藝術品咧，又或者頭先嘅一啲禁書咧運過嚟嘅時候，喺即係安排運送嘅過程當中，會唔會擔心話可能會遇到一啲運送上嘅阻礙咧？
係嘅，咁係啦，頭先講漏咗呢個禁書啦。咁禁書就係因為我哋有同一個合作伙伴同呼吸啦，同呼吸書店咧，佢就係喺英國專賣呢啲禁書嘅。咁佢係有實體店啦，有網店啦。咁因為我哋識佢哋啦，咁所以呢個係我啱啱今年年頭開始 connect 咗嘅一個人嚟嘅。咁我哋通常擺市集都會同佢哋一齊擺，咁就會覺得因為佢哋有佢哋嘅方法喺台灣寄啲書過嚟呢度，咁所以就唔會話一有佢哋 connect 咗佢哋咧，咁就我哋就冇咁大困難。咁但係 so far 咧，以我所知，佢哋都冇乜呢個暫時冇乜呢個困難。當然佢哋可能自己喺同其他書商合作嘅時候都我相信都經歷咗好多唔同嘅嘢。咁但係我哋 so far 呢個展覽咧就好彩啦，因為有佢哋，所以就好順利。
係，即係嗰個書展入邊嘅書咧，即係可能都係多數係台灣出版嘅一啲 反送中嘅書籍嚟嘅，係嘛？
係啦，咁至於香港嗰邊咧，我就呢樣嘢要問清楚佢哋，因為我當時都非常之信任佢哋啦，即係我覺得我哋揀咗幾本書嘅，咁然後你用你嘅方法，咁就運過嚟，然後展出同埋賣啦，咁所以就可能文翻同呼吸呢個就會好啲，咁但係因為佢哋我就冇真係好了解清楚佢哋物流係點樣做，係啦。
好，多謝晒你接受訪問嘅。
影相好啊！
我哋而家咧係睇見咧呢個嘅展覽上邊咧有一個畫廊，咁呢個畫廊咧其實就係面對住大街嘅，咁入邊咧展出咗一啲嘅同2019年反送中運動相關嘅物品，而根據頭先我哋同呢個展覽嘅主辦人去到了解過咧，其實咧頭先畫廊入邊嘅一啲嘅展品咧，其實都係喺英國本地呢度咧去到張羅嘅。咁當然亦都係有啲，即係呢個展覽亦都係有啲嘅展品啦，係喺香港咧或者台灣啦去揾過嚟啦。台灣就主要係一啲嘅，而家譬如香港係視為禁書嘅一啲書籍啦，亦都係有一啲嘅抗爭嘅文宣咧，係喺呢個香港嗰度運過嚟嘅。頭先咧同我哋傾過偈嘅人咧係 Catherine， 獨立藝術抗爭者，亦都係呢個展覽嘅主辦人之一。好多謝英國大紀元嘅觀眾咧，今日收睇呢一節嘅直播。喺6·1·23週年之際，英國大紀元咧，亦都係會同大家緊貼住唔同嘅紀念嘅活動。請大家繼續留意收睇。今日英國大紀元嘅喺呢個展覽從磚陣到世界嘅呢個展覽嘅直播咧，就到此結束。多謝各位收睇。